Let's bust some myths about motivation. You ready for this? So, a lot of times people are always saying, I need to be more motivated. Or I even talked to somebody this week and I asked her what would motivate her. And she said, getting those sales would motivate her. So, there's a couple things in here that I really want to talk about. Let's first start off not even Olympic athletes are motivated 100% of the time. Motivation is like something that fluctuates over time, just like every other emotion that we have. It's normal for motivation to be high sometimes and to be low at other times. So to think that we need motivation to get us moving, I think is a huge fallacy. There's tons of things that can move us to action that aren't motivation. And you could even say that they motivate us in a way, but they are not the feeling of motivated, right? So there's feelings like committed or driven or even just feeling responsible for something. All of those feelings may move us to action, but technically don't feel motivating, right? So if I was an Olympic athlete, which I never have been, but I have been a Division I cross country and track athlete, and you don't feel motivated all the time. There are days when you get up and you're like, I don't want to run. I don't want to do the workout. I just want to lay in bed, right? But you still get up and you go to practice. Why? Because you've committed to that cause. You're working towards something greater. Now, are there some days that you feel really motivated to go and do those things? Absolutely, right? There's so many things that we can do to feel motivated, and I'm going to talk about those a little bit more in just a little bit. Okay, but you can create your own motivation. So first off, getting started actually creates motivation, which we're like, well, I need the motivation to get started. And I'm saying, no, you need the commitment, you need the drive in order to get started. And then that motivation can actually kind of keep us tumbling along, right? It will give us that momentum because motivation is, like I said, once we're in there, then we're like, oh, this feels good. I enjoy doing this. If I'm working on something on my computer, right? Like I might have more ideas come to me. All kinds of things, right? So actually getting started can give us motivation. Here's another tip. Watching someone else who is doing the thing, right? That can also be super motivating. So if I want to run, one of the things I like to do as a runner is I like to follow people on Instagram who are runners. Why? Because it motivates me to see them, to see how much they love it, to see their progress, to see the races, to see all of those things. And I feel motivated to go and do those things. Same thing in my business. I go to a business conference, I see people who are doing really well in their business, and that can motivate me. Then I come away thinking, this is possible for me. Look at all these new ideas that I have. Look at these inspirational quotes that I've been getting, right? All of those things can motivate us, right? So motivation isn't necessarily something outside of us. It doesn't come from getting that first sell or the second sell or the 100th sell or from finishing a race. It doesn't come from the things outside of us. It comes from inside of us, right? If we're waiting for things outside to motivate us, we might be waiting for a very long time, right? So even when I say watching somebody else do the thing that we want to do can be very motivating, we still have to have a thought that makes us go and do that thing. So maybe it's simply the thought like, I want to be motivated. What would be motivating to me today, right? And then really just starting to be curious about those kinds of things. Maybe getting up and moving your body instead of just sitting on your computer can be motivating. There's so many ways, but motivation isn't a constant and it's never meant to be because our body is always in fluctuation. We're thinking different thoughts that create different feelings all the time. So that's a huge myth that we need to be motivated all the time. We don't. Like I said, commitment, drive, responsibility. There's so many other things that can move us to action that don't require motivation. We take care of things all the time that we're not motivated to do, right? So we take care of our families and maybe we're not feeling great about that sometimes, but we don't have to be motivated because we have that sense of responsibility, that sense of commitment to those things. So just realize when you're like, I just need to feel motivated, or I'm waiting for this thing for me to happen, for me to feel motivated. No, it may never come. Stop waiting, start taking back that power so that you can create that own motivation within you. And as you start to do it, you're going to get more motivated. As your business grows, you're going to start to see success. You're going to start to see how far you've come. those things can all be very motivating as well. So like I said, it's a myth. You don't need 100% of it all the time. You may not even need it to get started, but it may be a result of you getting started. So if this resonates with you, feel free to comment, like, follow, subscribe, whatever the things are, follow along. I would love to hear your thoughts about this. If you just think, hey, I needed this little kick in the pants, that's great. I'm here to help you. Also, I am offering a 10-week course called The Confident Entrepreneur. It starts soon, so definitely check that out. It's small group coaching, and you're going to gain unshakable confidence. That is the point of this course, is so that you can have the confidence. Motivation may come along for the ride, but we're going to go for confidence so that we can have that even when things are hard. You can have this commitment, that drive, all the things that we're looking forward to. Join me. It will be amazing. And I look forward to seeing you in there. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.